Hello everyone, this is Curtis with Weed Whack a Lawn Care. Hey, today is Friday and been out here mowing these lawns and trying to get back across town. I've been waiting in this long line for about an hour for this train to get by. It created a lot of traffic out here. Oh man, it's about, it's 4:55, it's almost 5 o'clock. And I lost a lot of time due to that train. It was a long train. That's what happens in the city. You get some of these trains coming through and it's like, ooh, man, got me behind. So, oh well. I try to do it tomorrow. Finish up what I had to finish. The rest of the ones that I had to finish up. But try to get them done tomorrow. Anyway, y'all, it's just, ooh, I've been just, man, working. Don't look like I'm gonna ever finish. But, oh man. Up here is a car running a little slow. Something done happened. Oh well. Oh, there you go. He pulled off the road. That's good. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's just it's city life. I tell you, there's a lot of stuff be going on. Anyway, guess I'll tell y'all some of my lawn care stories while I'm riding home in this traffic here. I'll tell you about one where that basically what it was is I got this text once from I don't know what it was. It was a scam, really. It was a scam. And so I go out and I call the number back. The guy says, oh yeah, way on the other side of town in Houston, let me come out and check this property out. So I'll go and I check this property out. Okay, it's back that way. Well, anyway, I go and I check this property out, and I get there, I get across town, and the guy had told me he's gonna be there around about 10 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. So then I'm there and I'm waiting. This other guy shows up, and he's in lawn care. And so, and I notice he pulls up, and he pulls up and he's waiting. So then he gets out of the truck. You see me standing outside. He comes over and he talks to me, and I'm talking to him, and asked him. I said, well, what do you do? And he said, well, he does lawn care. And I said, well, oh, I'm here to do lawn care. He said, well, me too. I said, oh yeah? He said, yeah. He said, I got it. Just call to show up about 10 o'clock. I said, okay. So we show up. We both came up on this property, and we there waiting. Nobody never showed up. I said, all right. So I looked at the property, and it was in bad condition, and it need mowing. But it was something strange about it. So guy says, yeah. He says, he told me, he said, yeah, I done got scammed by these kind of calls before and all. I said, oh yeah? I said, yeah. So, wasn't nothing but a scam call and waste somebody's time. So, I got the number, then I got on my computer and I traced the number down. And I looked at the property, and I had the address of the property. And so I looked it up too. I said, well, I'll go over there. I mean, it's public domain. You can find out who's the owner of the property. So I'm like, okay, let me find out who's the owner of this property. So I found the owner. Then I said, let me find out what this number traced it down. I say, it was a text sent from a landline. So I'm like, okay, there's a way you can go in there, and it's an app you can download, and you can go on the computer, and you have a landline and a text from a landline. I was like, all right. So I traced down the landline. I wanted to know the address of the landline. I found it. And then I found the building where the landline was tied to. And it gave me the name, the number, everything. And then I traced down the time when it was sent to me and where it was sent to me from the landline. It gave me the location, everything. And I was like, okay. So I took all that information, and then I took the number and I put it into one of these. It's a database that'll go into a police database of scam numbers. I said, okay. And it can't. I'm gonna put it in there, and then it's another number. Like, you can find out how often this number is being used. And I said, okay. So it showed that number had been used for a lot of scams. So, I was like, okay. So you got to be careful with that. I mean, every time somebody send you or wants some work, you never know. It may not be legit work. It just be some kind of craziness, scam, scrupulous-minded person. I don't know what, you never know what's wrong with them, but they're playing a dangerous game because you never know how tech-savvy somebody can be. I mean, I can trace just about anything down with a computer. I got apps, everything. I can find out just about anything I want to know with a computer. Cell phone, too. That's nothing but a pocket PC. And, I've been messing with computers for over 30-some years. Building computers, doing network servers, all of that. Been in the computer industry for a long time, and you can do just about anything, with a computer, trace it down. And, so, that was one. Now then, I had another one call me, and, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna check this out. So when I go to check this property out, and I look at the address, and I'm like, wait a minute. I know where this address is located. And I go out and I look at the property, and I said, I've been to this house before, a long time ago. And what it was, I met the owners. And how it came about, I was with my cousins at the time, and they had, I don't know, was friends, I guess, of these people that lived in that house. So I'd been there with them some years ago. So when this call came in, they said that they wanted to get the property all cleaned up and everything, and I was like, okay. And they said that they had just bought the property, had taken ownership of the property and everything. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I check the property out, and the property did need cut. It was a lot of stuff, but it was just strange. When I got there and I seen stuff all over the yards, and I got to looking at the property, and the grass was real high. I say, something ain't right. Something just ain't right with this. And got to looking at it, and I start walking around the property, looking. Then I ran upon a decomposed dog. I was like, oh my goodness. The dog died on the chain. So then, kept looking. Then I ran upon another dog. Same thing. Then I was looking, then it had another dog. So it was 3 dogs that were tied up. And it had this big old chain that was on the dog. And I was like, man, I said, why would anybody, have a dog on a chain like this and the grass is growing up and you got 3 dogs that died. So I said, it was sickening. I was like, man, this ain't right. Well, somebody called me and then talking about they took ownership, wanted me to come over and clean up the property, and you had 3 dogs that died on there. I'm like, okay, something ain't right with this. So I said, this number here, this guy done called me, and I said, this number belongs to somebody in New Orleans. They had the area code and everything. Gave me so I said, well, I'm gonna look this up. So I found out everything I needed to know about that cell phone, that number, where it came from, who was ownership of that phone. And then I said, well, let me go on and dig a little further. I said, this is in Houston. I said, let me see what happened to the owner. So, come to find out, the property, it hadn't changed no ownership. The property has not been sold. No, none of that was right. The property has not been sold. So what happened to the owner? I located the owner, and the owner was in jail. So that explains why the dogs had been on a chain and they died, decomposed, because I don't know what happened, but the owner had been locked up for X amount of time, and he gave me the information when the owner got locked up, and the owner was still in jail. So apparently this scammer must have been in jail with the owner. And then I was like, boy, ain't this something. So I was like, what in the world? So I looked at it and I was like, man. So I wanted to dig, I was digging a little further, and I was like, oh man, this number a total scam, trying to get me to come and cut a yard. Then what they'll tell you is over there, what pay method you use. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving you no information to pay me in no kind of way, because then I gotta pay you. They want to try to take control of like whatever pay method that you give them. I'm like, no. So you have to be careful with that, scammers, man. I mean, it's crazy. And basically, I always like to meet with a person face to face, or not still distance and everything. But then, if you meet them and sometimes you're not trustworthy and you're doing something and want to get paid, you can always ask for their driving license. If it's a certain amount of money, you get the driving license number and see if it match up, and then sometimes that'll work. But I've seen some of them they have these things, you can buy them over the internet. It's a driving license duplicator. I mean, you can make driving license. I was like, man, I did get scammed on once in my other business, where a guy comes in my computer shop, and he had put his picture on his driving license, and it wrote me a check. And I'm thinking, everything was okay, but it wasn't. I lost $5,000 on that job, on that computer, on a laptop computer. Sold a lot of them. I was like, oh man, got scammed that day. But that just go to show you, on these jobs, sometimes you have to be careful because you can get scammed easily, man. I mean, these people, that's all they do. Sit around and look for ways to scam somebody. And you got to be very careful out here. Anyway, y'all, hey, I'm just sharing this information with y'all, how to be careful, dealing with scammers. And I know how it is. Sometimes you be wanting to have some work, and you're thinking it's good work, and it may not be good work. I had a customer. I'm gonna tell you about another story. I had a customer that I was cutting his yard, and he wanted me to continue to cut the yard, and I was like, man, listen, that's too far. I gotta drive way across town and drive back. I'm like, man, that's like 40 miles for me to drive over there. I said, no, man. He said, man, but I don't trust nobody around my house and all, and I understand, man, but you gonna have to find somebody else to trust. I'm like, nah. But anyway, what it was, he had this uncle that had these guys come out, and they was doing some lawn service work. It seemed like they were, okay. Well, they came out and they mowed the yard and everything, and then they came out again. And that time, the guy was like he was gone, and they broke in his house and robbed. And the thing that happened was the neighbors had cameras and recorded the guys that were there. They pretended like they were doing lawn service. And one, it was a group of them, and one of them was in there, they breaking in and robbing the place. And I was like, oh man. So, this customer told me about this. I was like, huh? He says, yeah. I was like, man, never heard of such. But it's that kind of stuff that's out there, y'all. It's that kind of stuff that's out there. People, they let their guards down, and they think everything is, is good, and it's not good, because you got some, like I say, some scrupulous-minded people that's up to no good. You have to be aware at all times and be careful out there. It's like, man, Now, I'll tell you one where I got scammed on doing a lawn. Showed up, I mowed the yard and everything, and first time they were okay. Paid me and all this first time. So then they called me back again, and I mowed the yard. The lady come out. She says, oh, it looks good, and you're almost through. I said, well, yeah, I'm finna finish up. I'm gonna finish this up here, and I'll be ready and get out of here. Man, I went up there, and I had finished up. I rung the doorbell. The lady went out to the door, and then I called the lady. The lady wouldn't even answer her phone. Man, I was so upset, y'all. I was like, man, I said, ooh-wee. And I've been working hard, and it was across town. Somebody to do me like that, man, I tell you. Didn't get paid. Said, all right. Let that go, that's okay. I'm gonna keep on moving. So, another one happened to me. I'm out, I'm mowing lawns, this lady called me up, gave me the address, location where this property was, and I go over and I look at it. And he said, "Hey, what it is? We need to get this all cleaned up because I want to get my deposit back." I was like, "All right." I said, "Well, how much is your deposit?" She said, "Well, my deposit is $2,000, and I'm renting this house, and for me to get my deposit back, I have to hit the lawn all cleaned up and everything." I'm like, "Okay." So I think at that time, I don't know, it was like $80 or something like that. I charged her to clean it all up. It was rather overgrown and all. So I cleaned it up and everything. They was like, they were happy who and this guy she was staying with, whatever. And I said, "All right." So they paid me. So then they moved across town. And I didn't think nothing of it no more. I didn't think I hear from them people anymore. They were moving. It was just a one-time deal. So they moved across town and moved into this house and asked me to come over and clean up the property and everything. I'm like, "All right." So I went over and I cleaned up the property and everything. Got it look good and everything. So then the guy called me and says, "Hey, I want to get some mulch and flowers and all." And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, when you think you can do it?" I said, "Well, do you want to do it?" I said, because when I met them and all, they told me that they were renting, this place. And I'm thinking to myself, why you renting somebody's place? And I'm like, why you want to be putting out mulch and buying flowers and stuff? I was like, nah. So this went on for about 3 months. And I said, "You sure you really want to do this, man?" He said, "Oh, yeah, every time I rent a place, I like to fix it up and everything." I'm like, "Huh?" So I'm like, "All right." So the guy called me that day and I said, okay, I'm gonna schedule. Then I had this guy helping me. So I get the mulch, I get all these flowers and all this, and I go and I plant it. I lost $300 on that job. I finished up the job. Put the flowers in, everything. The lady told me, said, "Hey, I'm going to the bank and get the money. This is 6 o'clock, finished." She's going to the bank. This guy with me and everything. We wait. I said, "Man, ain't no bank open now. It's 9 o'clock. That lady ain't coming back." I said, "I got scammed." But I had paid the guy, so, I paid him and, I lost money on that gig deal. Dealing with people, I said, okay. So then, we guy didn't pay me and all. I said, "Boy, the son gun didn't pay me, him and this lady." So then, check this out, y'all. 3 years passed by. So I answer my phone and it just says, "Hey, I moved." Nah, this guy and this lady, they done moved to another place across town. Can you believe they didn't pay me and then call me again to do service again? So I get out there and I looked and I see this. I had totally forgot about them. Man, they called me to do work again for them. And so I didn't know who it was. So I get over there. I drive across town. Boy, looky here. This guy comes, man, shows his face and want me to clean up the property again, clean up this new property. I'm looking at this guy, man. He comes out. Oh, man. He said, "Hey, man, I really feel bad about what." Comes out, man, to shake my hand, grab me, and hug me, and talking about. I was like, what the? I said, "Boy, look at here. You feel bad, man." Boy, I was still hurting thinking about that $300 I had to lose dealing with these people. And then they ain't nerve enough to call me again to do some more work. Then want to apologize then. You had did me wrong. I said, boy, this some people got some nerves. Man. I said, boy, look at here. I said, what kind of people? I'm like, man, what is it? I was so outdone, y'all. I was like, I said, the nerve of some people. I was like, boy, both of them. Man, you just don't know. I just could not believe you done messed over me, and then you gonna call me back again and try me again? I'm like, what? I had to go home and look myself in the mirror. You take me to be crazy or stupid or a fool or what? I'm like, man, I tell you, it just never amazed me what some people will try. You know, it just, I tell y'all, I don't know. I tell you, y'all, I'm just telling y'all some stories while I'm driving along here, but I can tell you, I done went through some stuff out here doing this lawn care. I'm telling you, dealing with a lot of different scrupulous-minded people. Oh, man. Y'all, I done had... let me see what I like. I done been cussed out. People want to jump on me, want to whoop me. For me taking care of somebody's lawn. You know, and I'm like, listen, if you got a problem with what I'm doing, go talk to the owner. They call me over here to do this yard. It don't matter to me whether I do it or not. They call me to come do this yard. I don't know what your problem is, but whatever your problem is, it's not with me. Because they call me for a service. They call me to come over here and take care of this yard. And whatever problem you got, you need to go talk to your owner. You live with them. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I want you to understand. This doesn't matter to me. So I don't know what your problem is, what you mad about, or what it is you messing with me, because I haven't done nothing to you but show them mow the yard. And only thing I can say for you, you need to go somewhere with that. One, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to whoop me. You're not going to do nothing to me. Because if you put your hands on me, it'll be the last time you put the hand on anybody. If you put your hands on me, you keep your hands to yourself. And whatever you thinking, you need to keep that to yourself too. Because I'm just here doing a job. I'm just a servant. I'm just here to do a job. This craziness has got to go somewhere. You know, you get to a thing like that. I mean, I had a lady, I had showed up at a property and she come out talking a bunch of noise to me. And I was like, I just showed up. I was like, ma'am, I don't know what your problem is. But whatever your problem is, you better go in there and find your medication to fix the problem that you have. Because I'm not the one today. I'm not the one. I'm rather tired. I've been mowing all day. And I don't need no more body messing with me by somebody's yard. Cause I don't. If you got something, wait a minute. Let me go over here and get the owner. Hey. It seems like there's a problem. I just showed up. You called me to mow your yard, right? Yeah. Well, you need to go talk to your neighbor and handle that situation, cause they out here messing with me. You know, who messing with you? Your neighbor over there. I don't know what the problem is. I just showed up. I ain't said nothing. You pay me to do a yard. You ain't paying me to come over here, talk to your neighbor, to argue with your neighbor, or anything. I don't know what the problem is. Matter of fact, you know what? Just forget it. I'm gone. I don't need this. Let me get in my truck and get my stuff and go. I don't need to be bothered. This sound like this is gonna be a problem. And I ain't finna deal with no problems here. So whatever it is. Whoa, wait, hold on. No, your neighbor messing with me. You and your neighbor need to squash that, whatever it is. I'm gone. I ain't got time. Little amount of money you paying me, it ain't worth it. That's kind of stuff y'all I went through out here dealing with some of this lawn care. I tell you. And then you got the neighbors that when you show up, they'll sit there with their binoculars and they be like, oh man, he come at this time. Oh, he's mowing the yard. Oh yeah, he's mowing. I mean them kind. Will watch you every move you make. You mowing the yard. You be like, what? Man. Until you finish the yard. And sometimes you get the blower and then a neighbor want to come out and start hollering at you and all this and that. I'm like, excuse me, can I help you? Yeah, you getting dust in my pool. Look, I didn't know you even had a pool over there. I'm just trying to blow this patio off over here. I don't know nothing about no dust and all. Well, man, listen. I'm gonna tell you right like this. They call me to come over here, clean their yard up, mow it, blow this grass and all this out the patio and everything, and that's it. I'm through with it. I'm out of here. Now, if you got a problem, you need to go over there and talk to your neighbor. Because it don't matter to me whether I do this or not. I don't care. I ain't here for this kind of mess. I don't want nobody messing with me. Especially about somebody else's stuff. It's their yard, not mine. So, again, I want you to understand what I'm saying. Talk to your neighbor. They live here. Y'all need to squash it out. They can get whoever they want to go mow the yard. It don't matter to me whether I'm mowing or not. I don't care. Because I'm not here for all of this. That's kind of stuff I'm just telling y'all. Over the years, I would go through, doing lawn care. I mean, a lot of headaches. I never say much about it, but it's been there. Never say, it's so much of that. I mean, I don't say anything about it because I'd be like, man, a lot of times people be thinking, oh, it's easy. I get them. But man, you got to deal with a lot of different situations that you unprepared for. It's stuff that you don't even know it's gonna happen. You don't know nothing about it until it actually happened to you. I mean, people be getting mad over nothing. I be like, man, I don't care. I don't care. They get, and you get used to it. You get a lot of, what can I say, impatient people. They control. Everything has to be their way. And if it ain't their way, they get mad. You're like, I don't care. I ain't got to deal with it. You're going to get mad at somebody else. It won't be me because I ain't going to be around. I'm going to be long gone. I'll leave that long in a minute. Yeah, I done went through all kinds of stuff. Dealing with, just, oh, man. Another one, women flirting with me, old women. Asking me a bunch of questions, and I'm like, what? Old women be asking you, are you married? Or you have a girlfriend? Why? Well, I was just asking to see, I'm like, yeah, you asking for a reason. And I'm like, no, we ain't going there. I'm just here to mow this yard, and I'm here to get away from here. It's crazy. I'm like, no. like more problems. I ain't looking for no problems. It bother me, you know, be like, no. But it'd be all kinds of stuff. I mean, oh man. But I have to laugh about some of this stuff, y'all. Like, whoo, But yeah, guys, I'm just sharing this here with y'all. It's just my trip on while I'm trying to get home here, you know, in the traffic and all. And I can give y'all some of my lawn care stories for stuff that actually happened to me out here. Situations, all kinds of stuff. Oh man, crazy. But anyway, y'all, hey, I'm almost where I can, I'm almost where I can get my stuff all dropped off and everything. But anyway, y'all, stay tuned. I'll be back with some more lawn care stories, cause I got a lot of them for y'all. Well, I got a lot of stuff for you, cause I done went through a lot out of here. Let me tell you, I done went through a lot. But anyway, y'all stay tuned, and hope you enjoy my lawn care story video.